Right, so continuing on with the practical investigations that are linked to cellular respiration, you'll see in the PowerPoint that I've sent you, there's a whole bunch of practicals. I want to start off this lesson by saying, due to COVID-19, they have cut the curriculum and they have explicitly stated that we only teach you one practical investigation. So because I've already sent you the PowerPoint, I'm not going to now make adjustments to the PowerPoint, but I'm just going to show you what is important for you to know, and then basically whatever else I don't teach, you scrap from this topic. All right. Okay, so if we look at the practical investigation to prove cellular respiration, one of the things that we look at to prove that cellular respiration happens is whether carbon dioxide was produced or not. Now, think about this, grade 11s. When you were in grade 9, I think it was, you learned about lime water. And you remember that when we blew into lime water with a straw, it turned milky. It started off as a clear color and it turned milky. And that was because we know that human beings, when we breathe out, after cellular respiration, we breathe out carbon dioxide. So the carbon dioxide will make bubbles in the lime water and then turn that lime water into a milky color. Okay, so we know that lime water is an indicator for cellular respiration or for carbon dioxide. And we can set up experiments to show whether cellular respiration has happened. So when we look at seeds, for example, seeds germinating. So think about this. Seeds germinating, growing. Obviously, seeds will undergo cellular respiration, right? They're not green yet, so we don't worry about photosynthesis. We worry about cellular respiration. They are going to grow, therefore they need energy. So when they grow, they're going to use any form of stored glucose up for that respiration that they need for to produce energy. Okay. And what is important to know from any kind of respiration that will occur is that the product will be carbon dioxide. So therefore, we can use germinating seeds to show that oxygen has been used up, but more importantly to show that carbon dioxide has been produced after cellular respiration. Okay, so we can set up an experiment. I have already said this, so you are fine in that regard. Okay, so you can watch this YouTube link on your own, in your own time. Okay, I'm going to just show you the setup. So here we have a test tube. At the bottom of the test tube, we have set up some lime water. So we put some lime water into the bottom of the test tube. We then put cotton wool into the lime water. So it sort of soaks into the lime water, but also it provides like a platform on which our seeds are going to rest. Then we place our germinating seeds inside the test tube. This experiment that we set up is called a respirometer. Okay, we are also going to put in like a little tube that is linked to this test tube, or inside this test tube, and we're going to, this plastic tubing, and we are going to insert a drop of dishwashing liquid into the tubing. So what's going to happen is we have to measure. So imagine, I want you to just forget this picture for a second, because no plastic tubing is going to make right angles like that. I want you to imagine that we have a test tube, lime water at the bottom, cotton wool sort of soaked in that lime water, seeds on the top, not just any seeds, germinating seeds that have already started to germinate. Then we're going to have a plastic stopper, something that traps air so that no air can enter. And then we're going to have this plastic tubing running through that stopper. in that plastic tubing on the edge, on the point, we're going to put some dishwashing liquid. And we are then going to measure with a ruler how far from the end of the tube our dishwashing liquid is. Okay. The seal where we put the plastic tubing in, we're going to seal that by the stopper with Vaseline so that we make sure that we've sealed it nicely. Okay. This setup is called a respirometer. Now, when we look at what happens inside this respirometer, inside the respirometer, we've put germinating seeds. Germinating means they are growing. If they are growing, it means they are undergoing cellular respiration, which means they are using up oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. All right. So, what we are going to see, I want you to think back at this situation. If we have our dishwashing liquid over here, there's our drop of dishwashing liquid, and our germinating seeds are using up oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide, you need to be able to tell me what happens to that drop of dishwashing liquid. Okay, so sorry. Imagine that here is our drop of dishwashing liquid, all right? And we know that these seeds that are germinating are undergoing cellular respiration, which means they are using up oxygen and releasing carbon dioxide. So in this stopper, in this plastic tubing, there must be some oxygen, right? There's air. If they are using up this oxygen, what is going to happen to this drop of dishwashing liquid? We're going to find with time that the drop of dishwashing liquid is going to move closer or further and further into the plastic tubing, along the plastic tubing. We're going to eventually find it come all the way down as all the oxygen is used up. That proves that oxygen is used during cellular respiration. We need to prove that carbon dioxide is produced. How are we going to prove that? If we know oxygen is being used up, these seeds are germinating, they are undergoing cellular respiration, they are going to release carbon dioxide into this atmosphere, into this test tube. If they are released into if carbon dioxide is released into the test tube, this lime water, that is the indicator for carbon dioxide, is going to turn milky, and that proves that carbon dioxide was released. Okay, and that is as simple, grade 11s, as what you need to know for proving cellular respiration, proving that carbon dioxide is produced. And the basis of it is clear lime water will turn milky in the presence of carbon dioxide. Okay, easy peasy. So, therefore, in saying that, I'm telling you that everything from here where it says practical 2 and onwards, all of this, grade 11s, please scratch it out. You don't need to know it for the purposes of this year. In fact, you don't need to know it for anything. And that is all you need to know. And that makes your life much simpler for cellular respiration.